were you ever fried because you couldn't run your curtain motor because the electric was out, or you were doing new construction and you needed to move it and set the limit switches? So if you got any questions with 24-volt motors, my name is Kevin Hoover, and I love electricity, and I'll show you how to run these manually, whether from the controller or just even a typical Milwaukee or DeWalt battery. And here's the panel where we put a bunch of our different controllers on, so that when people call in, we have something to go look at and touch, and makes it easier to explain. This is a CMD 402 motor. I think this is a 10mm socket here on the bottom. It's metric, and you can turn this by hand. Do not use an impact drill, or you're going to totally shatter the insides.
So this curtain is almost down the whole way. It's approximately 10 to 12 inches off the bottom. But to avoid just dropping it, I'm going to take this yellow cover off, and then I should be able to spin it down the rest of the way manually. So there's the little bolt head there. Now, that takes a little while. So the solutioning, what I'm going to do here is take this motor off the gearbox so it'll free spin quite easily. There's 4 screws on this thing. Alright, now that I got the motor off, I can just spin this with my fingers. The reason I do this is to avoid the curtain slamming to the bottom. If I'd pull these bolts out or cut the shaft, the curtain will just drop to the bottom with quite a bang. And cows do not exactly like bangs.
Spinning it by hand is a lot of work. It's easier to use a battery like this, and I'll show you how to do it. So since it's hooked up, so I am disconnecting it from the controller. So here, this is the wire that comes from the motor. So we've got 3 wires, and one is yellow and green. Yellow and green, or green, is a worldwide standard for earth or safety. This needs to be grounded out for when it's actually installed, but it's a 24-volt motor. The brown and the blue is what you want. Then you got a Milwaukee, like this is a 18-volt Milwaukee battery, and this is a 24-volt motor, but it actually won't hurt it for brief periods of time. It'll just run slower. You see all these lines here? This is where the power goes up to your cordless drill. Here, we went and added some little bit of solder and smashed it on so we don't get stray strands everywhere, but you actually do not have to do that. So it's the outside. If you look real close, there's a plus and a minus. And it does not matter which side you put it in for the first time. It's running a little bit slower than normal because of it being off the battery, but actually you could run indefinitely like this until your battery dies. So we're going one way. If we decided that was wrong, you take the wires out and you swap them. There, the motor's going the other way. This concept works for any 24-volt motor. One thing to be careful of, there's no fusing, because you just have this battery. Well, there's a fuse inside here, and you don't want to blow it, or it's going to ruin your battery. So if you have a motor that's just tripping a circuit breaker, I would not hook it up to here. This is not a fix for circuit breakers blowing. Generally, when circuit breakers blow, something is wrong with the curtain or wrong with the curtain motor itself. If it had been working okay and now it's just blowing the circuit breaker, go outside and crank it down with this shaft. This shaft is only on the 402 motor. Our smaller ones don't have the shaft. If it's new installation and circuit breaker problems, often maybe you could put a larger one in, or something's binding up somewhere. So there, now you understand that you can use batteries like this to run these motors out in the field. It works quite well. There is a risk if you have a shorted motor, you can ruin these batteries. So there, now you know all about how to run 24-volt motors off of cordless tool batteries. For more information, go to the Outage website, and we have some information on there. We're working on updating it, so hopefully we have a lot more on soon.